Right, so I've recently made the switch from Rockstar energy drinks to Monster energy drinks because I got 2 8-packs for £4 each. So normally one energy drink is like £1.59 an energy drink, £1.59 an energy drink or something, and I got 8 for £4, so I got 16 for £8. So I'm going to be drinking these for the foreseeable future. Basically just have one pre-workout, so this will last me probably about 3 weeks worth of training. So pretty much saved like 20 quid on energy drinks or something like that, something pretty ridiculous. So that's pretty sweet. Cool, so what we're going to do is next we're going to cook up a quick meal just before I train. Probably going to be training about an hour and a half, training a wee bit earlier today than I usually do, because I'm going out for my brother's birthday tonight. We're going out for dinner, so I'm probably going to have half of this. So I'm going to have 125 grams of whole grain rice, and then going to have 1 sirloin steak, and we'll probably have some sweet corn as well cooked up. So we're going to eat that just now, and then we'll be training soon. Deadlifting today, going to be a pretty big day in the gym. Quite a lot of kind of workload to get through, a lot of sets, but the top set is meant to be like 271 kilograms, so just going to bump up to 272 and make that £600, and it's just an awesome feeling to be hitting weights that you normally wouldn't be hitting through kind of an intensity block and a volume block, and then really not being much of a big deal, and doing also lots of workload before it. So that is definitely a promising sign. So I'm going to cook this up and I'll see you in the training footage. Okay, so here is the training footage, and as you may kind of think or kind of know, I tend to somewhat be known for becoming extremely hyped up, or being very, very hyped up in the gym and very, very aggressive in the gym, and that is true. I definitely perform very well under a very aggressive mindset and being very, very hyped up. However, right now I'm going through somewhat of a volume block. Well, I am going through a volume block, and quite frantically, the amount of physical fatigue that you start to accumulate over the volume block is very, very significant, and it is deliberate. You'd obviously deliberately want to accumulate fatigue, especially in meet prep. You want to accumulate a lot of fatigue so that once you taper, you get some form of a super compensation effect, which will allow you to perform very, very well come your competition. However, that's a different video for a different day. So being very, very hyped up and psyched up and very, very aggressive, for me, in my experience, tends to add a lot of mental fatigue on top of that. So if you're constantly getting psyched up, you're going to be gaining a lot of mental fatigue. So having a lot of mental fatigue on top of having a lot of physical fatigue isn't very, very good. And on top of that, all in volume blocks, you're going to want to work with working somewhat of some sub-maximal weights. You're going to want to be able to work on your movements and work on executing the movements and executing the cues, and this is the time to really, really build the movement. And by training really, really aggressively and being very, very aggressive on the bar and very hyped up, it doesn't really give you a chance to truly execute the lifts the way you'd want to execute the lifts, and also to kind of work on building the movements and building those cues, and that is why I tend to be very, very calm in these blocks. And yes, I don't perform as well when I do in a hype up. I'm usually about 10% strong when I hype up. Right now, it's not necessarily about performing to the absolute best of my abilities, trying to gain a new PR. What the goal is to simply do the rep ranges on the sheet, and it means that if I'm able to do all these, then once I introduce the hype up come the competition, then I'm going to perform even better. But looking at the sheet, it was a little bit kind of like almost hard to not get myself mentally hyped up, because £600 to me has always been quite a big lift, although I've known that I've had the ability to do it, and I've done £600 for multiple reps. Well, I mean, I've tripled 288 kilograms before, which is like £635 or something. It's always been a lift that I've always only attacked really on an intensity block where I felt that I've really needed to get hyped up. So today, again, excited to hit £600, yes, but hype was pretty much non-existent again. Kept myself pretty calm, or as calm as possible, which was cool. And for the bar to move the way it did, it's just very, very, very promising. And I'm looking forward to leading on to next week as well, where hopefully the intensity and also the workload will both be a little bit higher, which will allow me to get into some even bigger rep ranges. But yeah, overall, just very, very pleased with the way things are going, and it's very, very good to be able to be in a constant surplus and be sitting like between 6 and 8 kilograms under your weight category, because yes, although you're giving up quite a bit of weight, it means that, I mean, I've still got till December 2018 to be a junior, so I've still got over 3 years worth of competing as a junior. So that means that that is going to be my weight class until probably I'm a junior, and it means that I'm probably going to be in a constant surplus until and as my whole junior career, which is very, very promising and also a very, very good thing to be, and it's going to give me a lot of chance to add a lot of muscle. And basically, this is probably going to be my weight class for life, and I'll just, once I hit the kind of threshold of it, you just slightly recomp, drop down a little bit, then you kind of build back up into it, and hopefully every single year you become a slightly leaner and slightly bigger lifter in the top end of your weight class, and that is kind of the goal. So although I'm giving up a little bit of weight just now, there are also a lot of benefits, like not having to worry about making weight, being able to eat in a constant surplus, being able to eat before the weigh-ins, being able to drink water before the weigh-ins, and just taking that whole stress of trying to make weight or worrying about the weight like I had to do in my last competition. A very, very good feeling. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, guys. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and as always, I'll speak to all of you guys next time.